So I know I'm a bit late to this, but I finally tried Lauren Giraldo's 12 through 30 workout for 31 days to help me start my fitness journey and lose some weight. And yes, it did work. Plus, it's actually been about 6 months since I started and I'm still seeing results. Hi guys, welcome to my video about my experience with 12 through 30. I hope this video could be useful to anyone who may be curious of what it's about, what it's like, or what kind of results you could expect from it. I think most people who are online and consume fitness or wellness content probably already know what it is, but just in case, 12 through 30 is a treadmill workout created by Lauren Giraldo where you just walk on the treadmill with an incline of 12 for 3 miles per hour or 4.8 kilometers per hour and for 30 minutes. It's a very simple, straightforward, and accessible workout routine for a lot of people. So I think that's why a lot of people really gravitated towards this workout. It was accessible to me in particular because my building has a gym in it with just a few cardio machines. So I figured, why not try it out? To get an idea of where I started from, I started mostly because I wanted to lose some weight. I had been gaining weight slowly over a couple of years until finally I realized I was on the brink of becoming overweight, which was not normal for me at all. Also, my diet was not the best. I was just eating whatever, whenever I wanted. Portion sizes were too big, lots of junk food, and I was very sedentary. I was not exercising at all and barely even getting steps in. So obviously I had a lot of bad habits and I knew that needed to change. I was also just feeling uncomfortable in my body and in my clothes at this point, so I was determined to stick to a routine and get the results that I wanted. So in my building, we're only able to book a time slot for our gym 3 times a week. So I figured, okay, perfect. I'll start 12 through 30 for a month, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for a total of 14 sessions in that month, and I'll just see what happens. I've seen a lot of people online who have tried 12 through 30 do it immediately every day for a month, and honestly I probably would have done that too in the beginning if I could have, but I am glad that I did 3 times a week because I feel like if I had done every day I probably would have gotten bored of it or burned out. So doing 3 times a week actually made it very doable for me. So I started on September 9th, and let me just say 12 through 30 is not easy at all, especially if you're starting from 0. So in my first workout, I of course did not start with level 12 right away. I actually just started on level 6. For the speed, 4.8 kilometers per hour felt a little too fast for me, so I lowered it to 4.5. That was a bit more manageable, but still really hard as someone who was very unfit. By the end of it, I even felt a bit dizzy, so I made sure to do a long cool down, just walking normally, and that was it. That was day 1 done, and I just had to keep going with my plan. So since I started at level 6 incline, the rest of the month I just kept trying to improve from there. So for example, I would do level 6 and the last 5 minutes at level 7. Then for the next workout, do the last 10 minutes at level 7, then 15, then 20, and so on, until I did the full 30 minutes at level 7. And I would do the same thing for the next level. And that was just my way of trying to improve each time and work my way up to the next level. As for the speed, 4.8 kilometers per hour always felt a little bit too fast for me, so I just stuck with 4.5, and I think a lot of the time I even just did 4 kilometers per hour if that felt right. Walking uphill quickly I think was the hardest part for me, so I just slowed it down and focused on improving the incline. As for the duration, I always stuck with 5 minutes of warm-up, 30 minutes of the actual workout, and then bringing down the incline and walking as much as I wanted to cool down. That's why sometimes you'll see on the treadmill I was walking for 45 minutes or 50 minutes. I like to just walk it out for a while at the end. I do also need to mention that I did not initially intend to diet while I did this. So for the first couple of weeks, I just kept eating normally. But after those first couple of weeks of exercising and being more aware and mindful of my health and my habits, I felt more motivated to jump into a calorie deficit alongside my exercise plan. So for the second half of the month, the last 2 weeks, I was eating at a caloric deficit. Finally, for my results. So for this month, I did track my weight and my waist circumference, since that's my biggest problem area and where I wanted to see the most change. So that's what I decided to focus on. I did a couple of different measurements because I just wanted to see if there was any difference between the smallest part of my waist and the true waist circumference measurement, which is about an inch above your belly button, and around like the roundest, widest part of my belly, approximately around my belly button. So when I started in September, I was approximately 68 kilos, or about 150 pounds. The smallest part of my waist was at 35 inches. The true waist circumference measurement was 37 inches. And that measurement is supposed to be about 31.5 inches or less to be at decreased risk of heart disease and other things. So I was really interested in seeing that number specifically go down. And around my belly button was about 40 inches. Thankfully, I did see some results. So on October 10th, I remeasured all of that and I was 65.85 kg, or about 145 pounds, for a difference of about 5 pounds lost, which I thought was pretty good. The small part of my waist was at 34 inches, so I lost 1 inch here. The true waist circumference measurement was 36 inches, so I lost an inch there as well. And around my belly button was 38 inches, so I actually lost 2 inches from there. It's interesting how you can lose fat differently, like in different places in your body, so that was cool to see. Now it's been almost 6 months since I started in September, and I'm still doing 12-30, although I did recently have a 5-week break where I didn't do any diet or exercise. But I'm getting back into my routine now, and I have been working on strength training as well. And since September, I've actually lost 19 pounds total, or approximately 8.5 kilos. So I'm just 1 pound away from reaching my first goal of losing 20 pounds. And as for my waist, last time I measured it, which was a while ago, I had lost another 3.5 inches, or about 9 centimeters, for my waist circumference. So I'm really happy with my progress so far, and I'm going to keep going and keep trying to reach my next goals. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Hopefully I'll see you next time.